Welcome to Sister Talk Real Talk, a show where real women discuss real issues. My name is Monique, and I have the honor and the pleasure of being your host every week. On this show, I provide women with information, insights, and perspectives that I hope will enlighten, challenge, and encourage you to live your best life and to walk in your purpose. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great show. This week's episode is It's Time to Heal. Ladies, we see ourselves as superheroes, superwomen. Oftentimes, we are referred to as the superwoman. We can go to work. We can bring home the bacon. We can fry it up in the pan. We can take care of our children. We are entrepreneurs. We are workers. We are mothers. We are teachers. We are wives. We are lovers. We are girlfriends. But one of the things that we often do is we don't give ourselves time to heal. We're so busy taking care of everyone else and focusing on everyone else that we don't give ourselves the time we need for our hearts to heal. So this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about what it takes for our hearts to heal and how do you even know if your heart hasn't healed yet. So, if you are single and if you are looking for love, and I know that there are a lot of single women out there, if you're single and you're listening to this podcast, I want you to go ahead and check me out and tweet me at Sister Talk for Real. That's Sister Talk, the number 4 real, and use the hashtag STRT. Let me know that you're single, and we'll do some more episodes regarding single women. But if you're single, if you've been married and divorced, if you've been married and widowed, if you've been in a relationship that has ended and you're looking for love, maybe you've said these things to yourself. Maybe you've said, I don't know why, but I seem to keep picking the same types of men. Or, are there any really good men out there anymore? Or, I've tried the online dating. I've tried going on blind dates. None of it actually really seems to work. If you've been saying that to yourself, there are few things that I want to talk to you about. You know, we are great nurturers. We are amazing at nurturing other people, but we don't give ourselves a time to take care of ourselves. I'll actually be bold enough to say it. When it comes to nurturing and taking care of ourselves, our own hearts especially, we are probably the worst. Let a girlfriend call us up at 2 a.m. and her heart's been broken. We're there. Let a good friend call us up and someone has passed away. We're there. Let one of our children tell us that our heart's broken or they have a physical ailment. We're there. Someone's in the hospital and sick. We're there. Someone needs a ride to the airport. We're there. Someone's in tears. We've got the tissue, the ice cream, and whatever else is needed to help repair their hearts. We are absolutely amazing at providing care and love to everyone else but ourselves. When it comes to us, we seem to have a challenge of being able to take time for ourselves and even taking time to recognize what's going on with our own hearts. We are great at seeing it for everyone else, but when it comes to us, we are the worst caretakers, and we need to fix that. Okay, so if you've been in a relationship and your heart's been broken, even if it was a relationship, maybe it was 2 months, maybe it was 2 years, maybe it was 20 years, we need to be able to take some time to heal. We need to be able to identify what hurts are there and give ourselves permission and time to heal. One of the things I hear women talk about a lot, particularly being a certified life and relationship coach, is that we don't want to feel like we're being selfish. Let me say this to you, that you're not being selfish. Self-care is one of the most important things. And if you don't take care of yourself, you will be unable to take care of anyone else. One of the analogies I like to use with people is when you're on the airplane, we've all seen it, you get on the plane, they talk about the emergency features of the plane. They tell you where the emergency exits are. That's a different show. But for this one, they talk about if the airplane should lose cabin pressure, that the oxygen mask would deploy, and they encourage you They actually almost plead with you to take your oxygen mask and put it on yourself first before you attempt helping someone else. The reason why they say that is if you are trying to put an oxygen mask on someone else and you don't have yours on, you're unable to breathe. If you pass out, not only you're not only able to help, you're not able to help anyone else or yourself. So I'm going to take that and apply it to us as women. We are so loving and so caring. That's the way God created us. We want to be able to give our hearts, and we want to be able to share our hearts. The way that God created us as women and men is that we're looking for love, for that love connection. We want our hearts to be safe. We want to be in a place where we can share love, life, and experiences with each other and grow old with someone that totally gets you. Someone that encourages you to be you and you encourage them to be them, and you love each other and you support each other. But what we don't do is we have a propensity for jumping from one relationship to the next, or we close our hearts off and we say, we got this. I've done this by myself. I've raised my children by myself, or I was married and now my kids are grown. Whatever your stage of life may be, you may either have the attitude of this perpetual, I'm dating, or you may have closed your heart off. Either way, what that tells me is that you haven't taken the time to give yourself permission to heal. You may not even acknowledge that your heart is still broken and that it's shattered in pieces. Let me talk about a few ways that you know that your heart is still broken and that there are some things that you need to heal. If you are in a relationship or have been in a relationship with someone and you think about that person, does your heart still hurt? Does it still sink? Are you still angry? If you were to see them on the street, now you don't have to tell me, but be honest with yourself. What would you do? Are there times when you still reminisce about what was going on with that person? Do you still cry or feel like crying, but you shove it down? Are there times when you are so frustrated that your self-talk is so negative? Maybe if you were different, maybe he would have stayed. Maybe if I changed this about myself, maybe he would do this. Maybe it would be different. And maybe if I were skinnier, maybe if my hair were longer, maybe if my hair were shorter, maybe if I wore more makeup, maybe if I wore less makeup, maybe if I did these things, maybe if I were smarter, maybe if I weren't so smart. Do you find yourself throughout the day when you're getting ready, you're doing your makeup, you're driving in your car, that's negative self-talk that's there? We all have it, and we all have areas to work on. But do you find yourself putting elements and components about who you are down because they weren't valued by a man that you were with? Here's some other ways to tell. When you do date and you get into a relationship, do you immediately find yourself comparing this man to a previous person or previous people that you have dated or been with or been in relationships with? Does everything that they do look like something that someone else did? There are many other signs, and you can find it on my Facebook page at Sister Talk Real Talk and on my blog at sistertalkrealtalk.com. But the key is the way that you know that you're whole is you will get to a point in your life where you are content with who you are and your life situation. That does not mean that you're complacent. It doesn't mean that you're not striving to be better, to become the best you. And by that I mean if you're going to school or if you're working out, but you're doing it for yourself. And if you are in a place where you can say, I am content the way that I am, being alone, being single, being who I am in my life with my girlfriends, my family, my work, whatever it is that I am doing, I'm content. There may be things that I want. I may want to grow in different areas, but I am content with who I am. I will leave you with this. If you are trying to share yourself and your heart's not whole, what you are offering them are shattered pieces of you. You cannot give them a whole heart. We need to take time to heal. Because if your leg is broken, the doctor may tell you to walk on crutches for a period of time, to not put weight on that leg, because pressure on that leg will cause it to delay its healing or not to heal properly at all, or it may not heal at all. The same applies to your heart. If your heart's not whole, if our hearts are not whole, and we still have pieces and shattered pieces and they're broken, we need to give our hearts time to heal. And we need to apply principles to our heart to help it heal. Whether it's self-reflection, journaling, counseling, prayer, different things may be needed by different people. Whether it's reading books or information. Sometimes you need information in order to help you heal. Just like those crutches, just like the cast on that leg. So, if we don't want to be alone, I understand that. I've heard so many women say, I don't want to be alone. But remember this, if you aren't comfortable being alone with yourself, how is someone else going to be comfortable with you? Ladies, it's time to heal. Love yourself enough to give you permission to feel the pain and then to heal the pain. You know what? I've been there. I've been in a place where my heart's been shattered, broken, and I felt like I didn't know if I even wanted to love again. I will tell you that the healing process is an amazing thing. Something to remember is that when you harden your heart or your heart is hurt and broken and closed off, it doesn't just impact your romantic relationships. It impacts all of our relationships with our girlfriends, with our family, with our friends. Because a broken heart, guess what? It's still broken. And those pieces of it, although you may be able to access them, broken pieces are not nearly as strong as a mended whole heart. Your love will pump through it more. It will receive love better. And you will feel healthier and happier in your life. Well, I hope that this has given you some food for thought. We'll get into this more as the weeks come about healing, about heart, but I would love to hear from you. So talk to me a little bit about this. Use hashtag It's Time to Heal and hashtag STRT. You can catch me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. I hope that this has encouraged you to take some time. Remember, we are amazing nurturers. Take some time to be an amazing nurturer to yourself and to your heart. Thank you for listening to Sister Talk Real Talk. I hope that today's show has informed, enlightened, encouraged, or challenged you. We're always on doing this thing called life with you throughout the week. You can catch us on Facebook and on Instagram at Sister Talk Real Talk, and on Twitter at Sister Talk for Real. That's Sister Talk, the number 4, real. Let's continue the conversation throughout the week. You can catch all of our shows on our blog at sistertalkrealtalk.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next time. Until then, keep it real.